It's gonna be a big plot point. I can almost guarantee it. Hey guys, it's Mikinna, and today's a super exciting day because this is my first Stranger Things video of season 4. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, you may not know that I love Stranger Things. So, a little bit of a disclaimer for this video. If you have not finished season 3 of Stranger Things, do not watch this video because it will spoil the ending. So, the season just started filming within like the past 2 weeks, and I wanted to get this video out right now because they've released a little something. These are very vague theories and are not definitely far from perfect yet because we don't really know anything, but yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with one of the major cliffhangers of season 3, which was Will, Joyce, Jonathan, and Elle moving out of Hawkins. Where did they go? I have no clue. There have been no clues whatsoever given to this. My first initial guess is Chicago because it's really close to Hawkins, because Indiana's like right next to Illinois, so it's close enough to where they can still visit, like they were all saying, for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it is still really close to Hawkins. So if they wanted to like leave and get out completely and like forget about everything that happened in Hawkins, I feel like they would move further away, like California or something like that. I don't know if it would be California or not, because Max is from California, so then they would just be like swapping, but they might go somewhere like New York. The actual real story that Stranger Things is based off of, because it's vaguely based off of a true story, happened in Montauk, New York, so they might move there because it was originally going to take place there. They could be going there to like, I don't know, and then I don't know. It's also closer to Russia because Russia, let me tell you, is gonna play a big part in this season. The next thing that I want to talk about is the first big clue that the writers gave us. They gave us the title to the first episode of the season, which is huge. The title of the first episode is called the Hellfire Club. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. There are like 3 ways that we could like go with this. We could say that this new formed club is like the new name for the party, like Max, Elle, Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin. Did I hit everyone? I think so. Or it could be the name given to the flayed people, because that's kind of like how the season ended. Like no one really knows what happened to all of these flayed people. It was a very like open-ended, I don't want to say plot hole, but like we don't really know what happened with them. It's a club, so like you would think that it's a group of people doing bad things. That is what I guessed from the name. Or, okay, so I googled the definition of hellfire. It says that it can burn anything, is responsible for spontaneous combustion, and cannot be put to use by humans, which I think that that's a very key point, that it's not the party, it's more likely going to be the flayed people, or it could be some sort of other weapon for like the mind flayer to use, because he used the rats and he used the demogorgons. He could use this, I'm guessing it's just not regular fire, some sort of like magical fire thing to like kill people. Next is one of the biggest things that I think happened. The teaser that came out on Valentine's Day. If you watched it, I will put in a clip of it here. It is at a Russian prison camp where the prisoners are like building this like railroad thing. And lo and behold, there is Hopper alive and bald. I knew he wasn't dead. Most people didn't think that he was dead. I think that something is bound to happen in Russia where someone's gonna go to Russia, or like Russia's gonna come to them, but like how do they find out that Hopper's alive and in Russia, and then what do they do to like save him? I have no clue. We are yet to find out about that. But they were filming at a prison in Russia for like a week, and then they were done there. And they're going to Atlanta to do the rest of filming. So I have no clue. At this point, I don't know anymore. This is kind of like the biggest category of things that I want to talk about. The Stranger Writers Twitter account tweets a lot of kind of like little clues and little teasers, and they'll change their location and they'll change their bio and their profile pictures to like give little hints. This may be me just like overthinking everything, but I think I've got some valuable things here. So there were 2 times that they changed their location to Morse code. The first one looks like this, and it is translated to hockey. It's hawk and then an I, which I just think was meant to be Hawkins, so like they're in Hawkins. And then it changed to another one that looked like this, which isn't actually Morse code. It translates to T blank blank 0TM. If you know what that means, let me know, because I have no clue, but I thought I might talk about it because someone might know and be like, oh my gosh, that's this. Another thing that they talked about was that they were imagining something in the show that they were writing to be happening to the tune of a song called Game of Survival, which I'm gonna try to not get copyrighted, but I will play you a little clip of it.
This is a wild game of survival.
So this song is definitely most likely going to be played during a battle. Someone might die in slow motion. That's my thing. I feel like someone needs to die. That ties into the next thing. Someone asked if they were going to get through the season without anybody dying, to which the writer's account said, define anybody. I don't think that they're going to kill off another huge character again like Billy, but they might kill off someone that we know or someone that we meet that's not a huge character, but like still that we know. Like I'm thinking like around the like lines of like the mayor or like someone of that like character status, not huge but not insignificant. Another thing that they tweeted about was new male roles. They actually didn't tweet this, it was just another Twitter account, but I like put it in here because, you know. But there are 3 new teenage males. There's a metalhead, a stoner, and a jock, which could all be possible replacements for Billy because he kind of had all of those little characteristics. I don't know what they're considering, like teenager, if they're considering more like Nancy and Steve's age or like Mike and Matt, like their age. I know a lot of people think that they're going to make Will gay, which, you know, I have no clue. They have not talked about that like really at all, but it could be possible love interest for Will, maybe? That's kind of far-fetched. I don't know. And then there's also going to be another adult who will feature outside of Hawkins. So I'm thinking either Russian in Russia or possibly wherever Will and Elle moved, and it could be another possible love interest for Joyce because she thinks that Hopper is dead, so she might be like moving on, you know. I don't know. Another thing from their Twitter account that I thought was odd but didn't know what to do with it was this really weird number that they put in their bio. Another thing that I want to point out about this picture, the location for where their Twitter is says, what does it mean? Which would imply that the number is, they're like, what does it mean based on location? When you add all of those numbers together, you get 97. And if you guys know what like latitude and longitude is, the 97th for latitude is right smack dab in the middle of Russia. I couldn't figure out if like what that meant, but I just know they are stressing this whole Russian thing, so it's gonna be a big plot point. I can almost guarantee it. Next is their profile picture location, which changed a little bit if you don't know what I mean. So their profile picture is just the Stranger Things 4 like logo. It started off normally right side up so you could read it, and then it changed to this. It was like sideways, which to me, I took it as they're stuck in between our realm, the real world, and the upside down because they're sideways. And then it went to this, which again made me feel, oh, they were stuck in between and then fell completely upside down. Maybe someone gets permanently stuck in the upside down, or Will is like permanently stuck in between. Okay, so the last thing from their Twitter that I want to talk about is this group of lyrics that they posted that they said had some sort of a meaning in the show, and it's from a song called Cosmic Love by Florence and the Machine. So these are the lyrics. It says, "And in the dark, I can hear your heartbeat. I tried to find the sound, but then it stopped, and I was in the darkness, so darkness I became." Scary. They tried to find someone's heartbeat, but then it stopped, so that could mean that someone dies. But then it says, "I was in the darkness, so darkness I became," which it just shows that I feel like this season is gonna be so much like darker and like scarier than the previous 3 seasons. Okay, lastly, there are 2 questions that I got from someone that I haven't touched on yet, that someone on Instagram wanted me to answer. They asked the time of the year that the show is set in. I got one of the first casting calls that they had was for classmates. So I'm guessing sometime during school. I don't know if they're gonna do it near like Halloween again, or if they're gonna do it near Christmas. It could be like in the spring. I don't know. And then the next one that I feel like everyone is very confused about, no one really knows what they're gonna do, is a release date. Again, there are like 2 ways that we could do this. We could either do it as the same gap in between the 2nd and the 3rd season, or around the same amount of time that it took them to film season 3. So if it's the same gap in between that they did in between season 2 and season 3 is 21 months. So if they do that in between season 3 and season 4, then that means that it's not gonna come out until April of 2022. That seems like a really long time. Like a really long time. So I don't think that they're gonna do that. That seems like way too far, and they've started filming very early. If it takes around the same time that it took to film season 3, which I have a feeling it will, and to like create, then it will probably, then that's on track for next April. So April of 21. April's kind of like a weird time, so I'm gonna guess either summer or fall of 21. Okay, those are my theories. Again, these are very vague. I don't really mean anything by them. We don't have enough information yet to really be making like very, like precise theories. I don't know what that was. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. More Stranger Things videos to come in the near future. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys next Sunday with a new video.